Pwede ko po bang malaman nasaan po yung SALN nung taong 2007 hanggang 2015 nung ang ating pong Vice President ay Vice Mayor at Mayor ng Davao?
Isang ano lang ho, no? Isang paglilinaw. Kasama ko po dito ang
by affirming our constitutional mandate, our exclusive power to initiate all cases of impeachment. Nasa atin ang unang galaw, nasa atin ang direksyon, at hawak natin ang beat. Ngunit nabanggit din natin na malinaw ang limitasyon ng ating papel sa yugtong ito. Hindi pa ito paghuhusga. Our task at this stage is simply to determine probable cause kung may sapat na batayan upang magpatuloy. As Congressman Benny Abante stated, sisilipin natin kung may usok. Dahil kung may usok, tungkulin nating hanapin kung nasaan ang sunog. During our last hearing, we formally recognized the complainants, Father Sabalya and his group, and of course, Attorney Cabrera. All of them were present, ready to face this committee and stand by their complaints. But there was one thing we could not ignore. Something that was right in front of us. The empty chair of the Vice President. Wala po siya nitong nakaraan. Habang nandito ang mga nagrereklamo, ang tanging humarap sa atin ay isang bakanteng upuan. And yet, with or without the presence of the Vice President, with or without her cooperation, tuloy ang mandato ng komite. At umusad nga ang ating pagdinig noong araw na iyon. First, we formally received subpoena documents, all of which are now part of our record. Second, we heard a statement of Ramil Madriaga, who testified for the very first time in a public hearing. Through his supplemental affidavit, we were confronted with a staggering allegation that confidential funds were spent not just in 11 days, but were purportedly disposed of within a mere 24 hours. Hindi 11 araw, sa halip 24 oras. Milyones na naubos sa loob lamang ng isang araw. Mabigat ang mga binitiwang salita ni Ramil Madriaga at minsan pa siyang naiyak habang binabasa ang kanyang supplemental affidavit. To back his words, he signed a bank waiver to prove that he has nothing to hide. During one exchange, Congresswoman Janet Garin recalled the formerly controversy and could not hide her frustration upon hearing Ramil Madriaga's allegation that the Vice President's campaign may have been financed by formally an assertion that if proven further deepens the seriousness of the issues now before this committee. Third, and with the help of Congressman Joel Chua, we have adopted the records from the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, the testimonies of various resource persons regarding the envelopes and the questionable receipts and other statements given in that legislative inquiry are now officially part of this impeachment process. Fourth, we heard from the NBI expert and their findings are very clear. Kinumpirma nila na base sa kanilang pagsusuri, several question signatures were actually signed by one and the same person. This proves that there was a pattern, and it raises even more questions about who was really behind these documents. Magkakaiba ang mga pangalan, ngunit iisa ang perma. I will repeat, magkakaiba ang mga pangalan, ngunit iisa ang perma. Fifth, we heard from a representative of the PSA who confirmed that several personalities appearing in the records have no corresponding entries in official civil registries. Kabilang dito ang kontrobersyal na pangalang Mary Grace Piatos na batay sa kanilang verifikasyon ay walang umiiral na PSA record. Si Mary Grace Piatos ay wala sa data ng PSA. Sixth, we heard from Attorney Gloria Camora of the COA, who confirmed that the Commission proper has resolved the Vice President's appeal on the notice of disallowance, effectively affirming that this allowance covering more than 73 million pesos. She further disclosed that the COA has issued 3 additional notices of disallowance, indicating continued deficiencies in compliance. These developments lend significant weight to the financial irregularities under examination. As noted by Congressman Chel Jokno and Congressman Antonio Tino, this effectively render the Vice President liable to return all these amounts. 73 million pesos plus 375 million pesos to the National Treasury. Ang Vice Presidente ay may pananagutan na ibalik ang 73 million plus 375 million, total of 448 million sa ating National Treasury. And when we heard all these resource persons, the committee will note that while I disallowed certain probing questions to ensure fairness, I nonetheless permitted all inquiries that sought to clarify the truth. On that note, the records will reflect that the arguments regarding the difference between credibility and character, as well as the confusion between page numbers and dates, were stricken from the record. We have done this to maintain the integrity and order of these proceedings. Sa kabuuan, what we saw was not a single piece of evidence, but a body of evidence. Hindi pa isa-isa, kundi magkakaugnay. But after the hearing, the story did not end there. Sa katunayan, doon pa lamang nagsimula ang mas malakas na ingay sa labas. Marami ang nagulantang. Marami ang nag-react. The hearing became the subject of headlines, discussions, statements, particularly from the Vice President. However, it is worth noting that instead of addressing the core issues, the focus shifted to a peripheral matter, ang academic performance umano ng Vice Presidente nung siya'y nag-aaral pa. Samantalang, ang mas mabibigat na usapin tungkol sa confidential funds, sa mga dokumento, sa mga transaksyon ay nananatiling hindi direktang nasasagot. Kumbaga, sa 100 ebidensya, isa lang ang pinupuntirya. Let me be clear. This committee will not take anything at face value, whether said inside this hall or outside of it. Hindi tayo basta maniniwala sa ingay. We will evaluate everything dahil ang katotohanan ay hindi matatagpuan sa mga press release. Ito ay nakasandal sa mga dokumento at sa mga salaysay na sinumpaan. Sa totoo lang, na-ghost na nga tayo. Tila ginagaslight pa tayo. Ang mas mahalagang tanong ay kung nasaan ang pera. Ngunit ang sagot sa atin ay tungkol sa grado sa kolehiyo. And the worst part, this explanation is not being made here, but everywhere else. Ang gusto natin ay testimonya sa ilalim ng sumpa. Pero ang ibinibigay sa atin, press release at content sa social media. Again, let us be clear. Hindi tayo basta maniniwala. We will evaluate everything. Madriaga's testimony, COA documents, NBI findings, PSA certifications. Lahat ng ito ay kailangang iharap dito. Suriin dito. Timbangin dito. Pero dapat dito. Humarap ang kailangang humarap. Manumpa at magpaliwanag. Dito sa committee ito. Because this is the proper forum. Hindi sapat ang magsalita sa labas. If there's anything to clarify, the best and the only place to do that is here, before this committee, under oath and on record. And that brings us to today. Ngayong April 22, malinaw, the work of this committee continues. Ang mga isyong inilahad ay hindi natapos noong nakaraan. Today, we expect further evidence from the Office of the Ombudsman, from the Bureau of Internal Revenue, from the Securities and Exchange Commission, and especially from the Anti-Money Laundering Council. We also anticipate testimonies that will help contextualize the data before us, and that includes from former Senator Sonny Trillanes. Kung mapapansin ninyo, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon, mga numero, SALN, tax records from BIR, reports from AMLC. This is the part where the numbers have to be studied, compared, analyzed. And numbers, take note, unlike people, numbers do not have motives. Numbers do not lie. Again, numbers do not lie. At dito po, nagiging mas mabigat ang usapan. Because when we speak of numbers, we are no longer dealing with opinion, spin, or even narrative. We are confronting cold, unyielding facts. Hindi ito napapakiusapan. Hindi ito natatakot. Hindi ito napipilit magsinungaling. A number either matches or it does not. At higit sa lahat, hindi po ito basta numero lamang. Pera ito ng taong bayan. Pera ito ng manggagawang Pilipino na araw-araw kumakayod, ng pamilyang nagtitipid para makabayad ng buwis, ng bawat Pilipinong umaasa na ang kanilang ambag ay napupunta sa tama. A peso is either accounted for or it is missing. At kapag pinagsama-sama ang mga numerong ito mula sa SALN, BIR, AMLC, they begin to tell a story which no press conference can rewrite, no diversion can erase. Because numbers, once laid bare, speak with a clarity that cuts through noise. And when they point to a discrepancy, they do not whisper. They demand to be answered. Kung ayaw magsalita ng tao, kung ayaw humarap ng vice-presidente, hayaan natin na ang mga numero ang magkwento. Sa hearing na ito, we shall therefore enter the territory of forensic truth. Sa pamamagitan ng mga numerong ito, malalaman natin ang tunay na pagkatao sa likod ng posisyon. Siya ba ay tunay na public servant o isa pa lang private billionaire? At ang direksyon natin ngayon ay simple, ngunit matibay. We follow the evidence wherever it leads. Hindi tayo magpapadala sa ingay. Hindi tayo lilihis sa proseso. Ang ating sandigan ay ang konstitusyon at ang ating layunin ay ang katotohanan. Because in the end, ang tanong ay hindi kung sino ang pinakamalakas ang boses. Hindi kung sino ang pinakamaingay sa labas, kundi kung saan tayo itinuturo ng ebidensya. As we see it now, the chair right before us, it remains empty. At tila sanay na po tayo sa tanawing iyan. Ngunit kahit bakante ang upuang iyan, even if that chair remains empty, this room is full of the people's questions. Napakaraming tanong. Mga tanong na sa kabila ng pag-iwas, hindi mawawala. Sa kabila ng pananahimik, hindi maglalaho. Mga tanong na kailanman ay hindi kayang takasan ng bakanteng upuan. Not today. Not anymore. Let the evidence speak. Let the numbers testify. Let the chips fall where they may be. Let us finally resume this hearing. With that, this committee shall proceed.
Mr. Ombudsman, kayo po ay naanyahan ngayong araw para makapagdala po ng SALN ng ating Vice President base po sa para po makatulong sa amin sa determination of probable cause sa SALN violation or sa ill-gotten wealth. Pwede ko po bang matanong kung dala po ninyo yung SALN ng ating Vice President?
Magandang umaga po. Dala po namin ang mga SALN na hinihingi po ng komite ayon sa subpoena duces tecum na inyong ibinigay sa amin.
May we direct the committee secretary to receive the copy of the SALNs which are being submitted by the Office of the Ombudsman so that the same will form part of the records of our proceeding. Ombudsman?
Bago ho nagsimula ang ating pagdinig, ibinigay na po namin ang mga kopya ng subpoena, mga kopya ng mga dokumentong hinihingi ng komite sa amin.
The committee notes that the Ombudsman already submitted ahead of the commencement of this proceeding. Honorable Chua?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, gusto ko pong tanungin ang ating ombudsman kasi base po dun sa paragraph 107 ng Sabalya complaint, ang ating pong Vice Presidente ay naging Vice Mayor ng Davao noong taong 2007 hanggang 2010. At siya rin po ay naging alkalde ng Davao mula 2010 hanggang 2013, 2016 hanggang 2019, at 2019 hanggang 2022. But I notice, Madam Chair, ang naibigay lamang sa ating mga dokumento dito ay mula 2016 hanggang 2024. Pwede ko po bang malaman nasaan po yung SALN nung taong 2007 hanggang 2015 nung ang ating pong Vice President ay Vice Mayor at Mayor ng Davao?
Isang ano lang ho, no? Isang paglilinaw. Kasama ko po dito ang aming opisyal ng Ombudsman, si Attorney Karen Batu ng Central Records Division upang sumagot po sa mga tanong na partikular tungkol po sa mga dokumento sapagkat hindi ko po nakakikita itong mga dokumentong ito sapagkat iba po ang aking ginagawa sa Office of the Ombudsman. Maaari po, ipasa na po ang mikropono kay Attorney Karen Batu.
We recognize Attorney Batu. Please answer the question.
Good morning, Your Honor. Based po dun sa submission namin earlier before the proceedings, kasama po sa sinabit namin yung 2007 to 2012 SALN ng ating Vice President. May certification din po tayo na yung subpoena po kasi is from 2007 to 2013, 2016 to 2022. So yung 2015 po hindi po kasama sa mga sinasubpoena sa Office of the Ombudsman. Ang kulang lang po sa mga sinubmit namin.
Attorney Batu, if I may interrupt, kindly speak closer to the microphone.
Sige po. Sorry po. Ulitin ko po, Your Honor, Ang meron po kaming sinubmit 2007 to 2012. Yung pong mga SALN na yon came from our office of the area office from the Mindanao. Kasi sila po yung repository or custodian ng SALN during the time na city vice mayor and mayor po yung ating vice president. So we requested pa po. So kasama po yun ngayon sa sinubmit namin. Nandun po yun sa submission namin before the proceedings.
Okay, kasi meron lamang po ako dito is 2016 hanggang 2024.
Kasama po yun sa binigay po namin sa COMSEC ngayon.
Okay. Anyway, with that, siguro magsisimula na lang akong magtanong from 2016 to 2024 dahil yun lang ang meron akong record dito at hindi po sa akin na ibigay ng
If I may interrupt, Honorable Chua. COMSEC, please be directed to provide copy of the SALN submitted by the OMB to the justice members.
1
And
minute
later
recess.
to the complainant and the respondent.
Thank you. 2000. Okay. Okay. May I proceed now, Madam Chair?
You may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, gusto ko pong tanungin ang ating kagalang-galang na ombudsman. Base po dito sa SALN na isinumiti po ninyo dito sa committee, maaari niyo po bang i-confirm na yung SALN po ng ating Vice President noong taong 2007, habang siya po ay Vice Mayor ng Davao, ay may declared net worth na 7.250,497,000.
For the guidance of the justice members, the question is anchored on the 2016 SALN. So,
2007.
2007.
2007.
COMSEC kindly flash the concerned SALN for the guidance of the members.
2007. Declared net worth.
Your Honor, I will just read the content ng 2007 SALN ng ating Vice President. And it is stated here na ang kanyang net worth is 7,250,497.
Okay, so kinukonfirm po ninyo. Tama po.
Yun po yung nakalagay dito
Yes,
sa SALN
thank
niya.
you po.
Can we flash the amount of net worth? There. 7,250,000.
All right. So dito po sa 7,250,000 sa kanya pong SALN, magkano po yung kanyang dineklara na cash at saka cash deposit?
Again, reading from the SALN submitted by the Vice President, yung cash on hand and bank niya for the year, various years acquired is 2 million.
2 million. Okay, thank you po. Doon po sa kanyang 2008, sabi po niya, ang declared net worth po ng ating Vice President at that time, Vice Mayor po siya, noong 2008, is 18.493,616.65. Tama po ba to? Do you confirm this?
Your Honor, based on the 2008 submitted SALN, the net worth of the Vice President then is 18,493,616.65.
Okay. At magkano naman po ang dineklara niyang cash at cash deposit po sa kanyang SALN noong 2008?
Ang declaration po niya dito sa kanyang 2008 SALN is 2 million din po, Your Honor.
2 million na cash. Salamat po. Punta po tayo sa kanyang SALN noong 2009 habang siya po ay Vice Mayor ng Davao. May declared net worth po siya na 18,821,264.65. Tama po ba?
Please flash 2009, SALN.
Your Honor, again, reading from the 2009 submitted SALN of the Vice President, ang kanyang net worth then is 18,281,264.65.
Ano po? 18 million.
281,264.65.
At 281, sorry. Okay. At magkakano naman po ang kanyang dineclare na cash at cash deposit po dito?
Based on the submission of the Vice President, the cash on hand bank was 2,800,000 po.
2,800,000. Maraming salamat po. Dumako naman po tayo sa 2010 na SALN ng ating Vice President habang siya po ay Vice Mayor ng Davao. Meron po ditong nakadeclared na net worth na 16,242,886.65. Kinukumpirma po ba ninyo to?
Your Honor, again, based on the submission of the 2010 SALN by the Vice President, her net worth then was 16,242,886.65.
Maraming salamat po. At magkakano naman po yung halaga na idineklara niya na cash at cash deposit po sa kanyang SALN noong 2010 SALN?
Based on her submission, the cash on hand bank during the time was 3,661,622.
Alright, maraming salamat po. Dumako naman po tayo sa 2011 na SALN po ng ating Vice President habang siya po ay Vice Mayor ng Davao. May declared net worth po siya na 14,271,148.45. Kinukumpirma po ba ninyo to?
Your Honor, reading from the from the 2011 SALN submitted by the Vice President, her net worth then was declared as 14,271,148.46.
At magkano naman po ang halaga ng kanya na dineklara po niyang cash at cash deposit sa kanya pong SALN noong 2011?
The declared cash on hand bank for the 2011 SALN was 3,931,125.80.
Okay. Dumako naman po tayo sa kanyang 2012 na SALN habang siya po ay Vice Mayor ng Davao. Meron po siya ditong declared net worth na 22,116,101.93. Kinukumpirma po ba ninyo to?
Again, Your Honor, reading from the submitted 2012 SALN of the Vice President, her declared net worth was 22,116,101.93.
At magkakano po yung kanyang dineklarang cash at cash deposit po sa nasabing taon, 2012?
Your Honor, yung declared cash on hand bank niya for the 2012 SALN was 4,320,532.
Okay, maraming salamat po. Pumunta naman po tayo sa kanyang 2016 SALN habang siya po ay alkalde po ng Davao. Dito po meron po siyang declared net worth nilang mag-asawa, no? 34,895,997. Ito po ba'y kinukumpirma ninyo?
Again, Your Honor, reading from the submitted SALN, 2016 SALN by the Vice President, ang nakalagay po dito na net worth niya is 34,895,997.
Maraming salamat po. At magkakano naman po yung kanyang dineklara na cash at cash deposit sa kanyang 2016 SALN?
Dito po sa kanyang 2016 SALN, ang nakalagay po na cash on hand bank, 3,750,760.
Maraming salamat po. Dumako naman po tayo sa kanyang 2017 SALN. Habang siya po ay alkalde ng Davao City, sabi po sa kanyang SALN, siya po ay nagdeklara ng 44,828,759. Kinukumpirma po ba ninyo to?
Your Honor, reading from the submitted 2017 SALN of the Vice President, her net worth then was 44,828,759.
Maraming salamat po. At magkakano naman po yung kanyang declared cash at cash deposit noong taong 2017?
Based on her submission, Your Honor, the cash on hand and bank was declared to be 6,368,596.
Maraming salamat po. Dumako naman po tayo sa kanyang 2018 SALN. Habang siya po ay alkalde po ng Davao City, tama po ba na ang declared net worth po nilang mag-asawa ay 49,699,728? Kino-confirm po ba ninyo to?
Your Honor, again, I'm reading from the 2018 submission, SALN submission of the Vice President. Ang kanya pong declared net worth then was 49,699,728.
At magkakano man po dyan yung kanyang declared na cash at cash deposit noong taong 2018?
Based on her submission, Your Honor, ang declared cash po niya was 3,795,000.
All right. Dumako naman po tayo sa kanyang 2019 SALN habang siya po ay alkalde po ng Davao City. Ang kanya pong declared net worth nilang mag-asawa ay 55,613,051. Tama po ba to? Do you confirm this?
Your Honor, I'm reading the 2019 SALN submitted by the Vice President, and it is stated here that her net worth for then was 55,613,051 po.
At magkakano naman po yung kanyang cash at cash deposit noong taong 2019?
Your Honor, based po dito sa submission niya ng 2019 SALN, wala po nakadeclare na cash on hand.
Wala
or
po,
bank.
walang cash or cash deposit na dineklara? 2019. Tignan po ninyo na maigi.
Your Honor, after checking it again, wala po nakalagay na
Alright.
cash on hand.
Wala pong cash
Or
on hand.
bank.
Dumako po tayo sa kanyang 2020 na SALN habang siya po ay alkalde ng Davao. Meron po siyang dineclare na net worth nilang mag-asawa, 56,583,735.01. Kinokonfirma po ba ninyo to?
Your Honor, again, reading from the submitted 2020 SALN of the Vice President, ang declared net worth po niyan at the time was 56,583,735.1.
At magkakano naman po yung kanyang cash at cash deposit noong taong 2020?
Your Honor, based on this 2020 SALN, wala pong nakadeclare na cash on hand or cash deposit ang Vice
Wala rin
President.
pong cash tsaka cash deposit.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Paki-double check po ninyo.
Your Honor, after checking it, we can confirm na wala pong nakalagay na cash on hand or deposit declared sa 2020 SALN of the Vice President.
Okay, thank you po. Punta po tayo sa kanyang 2021 na salin habang siya po ay alkalde ng Davao. Ang kanya pong declared net worth nilang mag-asawa po dito ay 65,308,841. Tama po ba? Kinukumpirma po ba ninyo to?
Your Honor, again, I'm reading the 2021 SALN submitted by the Vice President at ang declared net worth po niya was 65,308,841.
At magkakano naman po yung kanyang declared na cash at cash deposit sa kanyang salin noong 2021?
Your Honor, based on the 2021 submitted SALN of the Vice President, wala pong declared cash on hand or bank deposits.
So 3 taon na po na wala siyang declared, 19, 20, 21. Tama po ba?
Based on the submitted SALN, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Dumako naman po tayo sa kanyang 2022 na salin habang siya po ay Vice President. Ang kanya pong declared net worth nilang mag-asawa ay 71,058,841. Tama po ba? Do you confirm this?
Your Honor, again, I'm reading the 2022 SALN submitted by the Vice President at ang kanyang declared net worth for that year was 71,058,841.
At magkakano po yung kanyang declared na cash at cash deposit noong taong 2022?
Your Honor, based on the 2022 SALN submitted by the Vice President, wala po nakadeclare na na cash on hand or bank deposits.
Pakisiguraduhin po ninyo, baka namamalikmata lang po kayo.
Give us a few seconds, Your Honor.
Na ba ito?
Your Honor, based on our second look for this SALN, wala din po talaga nakalagay na cash on hand or bank deposit.
Okay, so pupunta po tayo sa 2023. Dito po, meron pong sa kanyang salin, meron po siyang declared net worth nilang mag-asawa, no? 77,508,841. Do you confirm this?
Your Honor, based on the submitted 2023 SALN of the Vice President, ang nakalagay po na net worth niya for that year was 77,508,841.
At magkakano naman po yung kanyang declared na cash at cash deposit noong taong 2023?
Your Honor, based on the 2023 SALN submission by the Vice President, wala pong nakalagay na cash on hand or bank deposits declared.
So sa 2023, wala pa rin po.
Wala po, Your Honor.
Okay. So, punta na po tayo sa kanyang declared SALN for the year 2024. Ang sabi po dito, meron po siyang declared net worth na 88,512,370.22. Tama po ba to?
Your Honor, based on the 2024 SALN submitted by the Vice President, the declared net worth then was 88,512,370.22.
At magkakano po yung kanyang cash deposit? Declared cash at saka cash deposit noong taong 2024.
Your Honor, reading from the 2024 SALN of the Vice President, wala pong nakadeclared na cash on hand or bank deposit for that year.
Wala pa rin po.
Yes, Your Honor.
So sa madaling salita, yung kanya pong cash na dineclare was only from 2007 up to 2018. Tama po ba?
Based on our received copies of the SALN, Your Honor, yun po yung lumalabas na years na meron po siyang declared cash on hand and bank deposits.
At noong 2019 at 2024, kahit na 5 po, wala po siyang dineklara na cash at saka cash on hand. Tama po ba?
Based on the submitted SALN, Your Honor, wala pong nakalagay na cash on hand or bank deposits.
Kahit 5 po?
Wala pong nakalagay, Your Honor.
Edi wow. Thank you po, Madam Chair.